Okay. Thanks to the committee for allowing us to actually sponsor for today. And my name is Mick Kelly, Business Development Manager with ITW Instinct. Just looking around the room, I think there's no real need to be doing the introduction to this. Most of you already be aware of the company itself and the particular brands that we're already supplying into the market itself. Our whole philosophy is just about concept to production. Software, components, fasteners, equipment. You put your hands into the basket, take out whatever you want out of it. What I'm here today to talk about is the Instinct, or ITW Instinct. And first of all, just coming back to some of what Joe was talking to earlier on, Instinct is all based about being able to utilize different softwares within the BIM world and cutting down on the amount of design time that you actually have when you're actually trying to get your design out the door and get it out to manufacture. So, just for some of the terms, well, the building information model, okay, you're going to hear an awful lot about this as the year goes on. It's a process of creating and using digital models for design and construction, but not limited to just software. It's not all about software, it's also to do with the process of how you actually design and get all your information out to the site and out to the end user. From an ITW perspective, RDS, or Residential Design System. This is the integration of the BIM model within the different ITW software platforms and Instinct-enabled products. So, example of some, VisionRes, an architectural software supplied by ITW, HSB CAD, timber frame software, the Alpine Floor and Truss engineering systems, HSB Estimator, again, an ITW product, James Jones iJoist engineering product, and C4CI iPro engineering product. The model map term. Model map is an ITW file system that allows us to transfer the same piece of data between all of our different pieces of software and our partner products. And Instinct itself, Instinct is just the process of how we use all these RDS programs just to facilitate the design and the construction of all of these components and share them through this one ITW file. When we started out originally, we were just HSB Soft in the old days. We had a timber frame piece of software, we supplied it to the market, and the questions that we always got was, I'm getting an architect's drawing, how quickly must I reproduce it? Everybody was turning around and having to redraw the drawing. Take it to the truss and the floor systems. You're taking the model and you were redrawing it. So we went off when ITW looked at this entire software world, and we held a survey, and quite simply it found out that on a typical design process, a particular design was being redrawn about 7 to 8 times. This is not specific to the UK, this was on a global scale. So what we set out to do was to create an integrated product offering which integrated the architectural, the timber frame software, and the floor and truss engineering softwares. And to create a system where you could transfer the same piece of data between all these different systems. What it basically means is that you can design, document, visualize a design using a BIM-ready architectural piece of software. And then you can seamlessly integrate that same BIM model file into one of the Instinct-ready products. How does it work? Well, simply enough, an architect can design their building using, for example, our VisionRes product, Autodesk's AutoCAD architecture product, or the Revit product. The BOM information that's produced in any one of these products can then be taken out into the HSB Estimator system, which can quite simply produce estimates, quotations, takeoff, and so on. That architectural model can then be transferred to an engineer. And when I'm talking about transferring data, I'm talking always about having this simple single file information that's always containing the same data that's transferring between each of the different softwares. So while that architect information is now being passed to an engineer, that same piece of information can also be passing through to a timber frame design. In addition, that architect can also be sending their data directly out to the truss and floor engineering software. Now, again, when the truss and floor engineering software would receive that file, they don't need to have every single piece of information that the architect has actually produced, so it cuts down the model so that you're not having to waste time trying to shift through the data, similar to the other products that are included. As the design continues, if the truss manufacturer is going through their design and they decide that they're missing certain information, they're able to put a call out to the timber frame designer, and the timber frame designer can actually automatically transfer information from the timber frame design directly into the truss model itself. If the scenario happens where the architect makes a change to their drawing, well, the architect can trigger a transfer of information from their model that can automatically update the other three models at the same time. All information produced from the timber frame system plus the roof and floor system automatically can be transferred out to the production facilities. And again, all information, again, within that BIM model takes it to the nth degree, linking out to the business management systems.